Welcome to a soccer Saturday night in downtown St. Petersburg. It's a beautiful night for the beautiful game as the Tampa Bay Rowdies host Rhode Island FC. This is the Rowdies pregame show brought to you by Farah & Farah, Tampa's personal injury attorneys, and online at farahandfarah.com. Come on inside the booth, everyone. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. Match number 3 for the Rowdies, and Tampa Bay is still looking for that coveted 3 points. Ryan, I know it's still very early in the season, but how important is tonight for Tampa Bay?
Keeping up with other contenders. Yes, Drew, like you said, it is early in the season, but Louisville just beat Birmingham today, 5-0. They're one of the contenders in the East. If the Rowdies want to be in that story, in that discussion, they have to compile points at home. They gave up 3 points against San Antonio just 2 weeks ago after leading 2-0. That felt like a loss rather than a draw. They have to find a way to get 3 points tonight.
The opponent tonight, a team in their very first season. Rhode Island comes in with really amazing talent on their side for just being in their first year. They've got the 2023 USL MVP, Albert Dikwa.
Breakout season last season, 21 goals, the Golden Boot, but he's still scoring goals. After 2 matches, he has 2 goals already. So Dikwa is the answer. It's more about class rather than form for Dikwa. We can expect great things from him this season. And let's see tonight in our land.
Rowdies come into the week needing defensive help, and once again they reach into that bag of Phoenix talent. Welcome to town, Eddie Munjoma. What does he bring to the field?
He knows how to win. Phoenix Rising just won the championship in 2023. He has that know-how, that professionalism, game in, game out. And by the way, he's versatile. He can play on either side for Coach Nielsen.
Very interesting, too. J.J. Williams, former Rowdy, also a part of this Rhode Island side. Great to have you with us tonight, everybody. It is going to be fun. Tampa Bay and Rhode Island. We've got kickoff coming up next from downtown St. Pete. Check, check, check. What's up, Larry? Check, check. If it's possible to take a little bit of the gnats out of my ear, just a little bit of it, that would be awesome. Thank you, thank you.
Check, check, check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. Testing, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Tampa Bay Rowdies about to square off with Rhode Island here on Tampa Bay's 44 and ESPN Plus as the sun sets on Al Lang Stadium here in St. Petersburg. Let's take a look at the lineups on both sides. First for Rhode Island, Jackson Lee gets the start tonight in goal. Tremendous defense as well. Stephen Turnbull, MLS experience in the back for the boys from Rhode Island.
Yeah, he's excellent 1v1. He's going to take players on and have a fantastic confrontation with Moon and company on that left-hand side. What about Holstad, player of the game last match against Monterey Bay? He's back in center midfield. Ibarra holding midfield, Brito attacking. And what about Dikwa and Fushan up top?
For the Tampa Bay Rowdies, Rowdies come in Again, tons of new faces. This is the first time you're watching Tampa Bay. Still Cal Jennings leads the attack. Such an incredible season in 2023. Lewis Hilton, number 4. Does he still have his old stuff? Remember, he missed most of last season with that ankle injury.
If there's one person in this league, in the history of this league, that can get 3 points for you in our Land Stadium, Leo Fernandez is that guy.
So our players to watch presented by Hooters, the original wing joint. First experience tonight for this Rhode Island side to visit coveted Al Lang Stadium. Albert Dikwa, a superstar. What a season he had last year leading Pittsburgh. The Rowdies taking that team picture as they usually do. And they've got a new defender as Eddie Munjoma joins the pack. And he dons that green and gold for the first time. It's Robbie's mob, not just Ralph's mob, as the fans pack the seats. Capacity crowd tonight here by the Bay.
I tell you what, one matchup I'm looking forward to is Munjoma going up against Quizera. So it's going to be on the Rowdies right, Rhode Island left. That's going to be a duel for everyone to keep an eye on in the next 90 minutes.
Notice the wind is picked up here tonight. Could be a factor in this match. How about the Rhode Island colors? Very sharp look in their inaugural season here, coached by Cano Smith. As you take a look at the conditions again, a gorgeous night, sun fading, fans settling in. We had a capacity crowd here a couple weeks ago, and right now this is the hot ticket in town.
Now, Drew, I'm born in March, so what I try to do is set the temperature just right for the Rowdies. We got about a 72 degrees with a little bit of breeze off the coast. Should be okay for the players, shouldn't it?
I think it'll do. Let's go, Tampa Bay and Rhode Island. As the ball sent out by Forrest Lasso. Two tremendous coaches here in this matchup. Both young head coaches. We've got a little contact down there. Albert Dikwa gets called quickly on the shove. I'll tell you what, when I say talented head coaches, that's an understatement. Because Cano Smith, former Bermuda footballer, a superstar as a player, just 42 years old, leading the pack tonight for Rhode Island. And that coaching matchup brought to you by Fair & Fair, Tampa's accident attorneys. There you take a look at Robbie Nielsen, first season for the Rowdies. Still sort of getting his feet wet, learning as he goes. Ryan, he's coached some of the best teams and players this game has to offer. We've got a yellow card here to start us off, so officials stepping in. And Elvis Osmanovic is our head referee tonight, and usually when there's an Elvis sighting, that means the game is going to be a little chippy.
It is, and Lewis Hilton, who's going to spend half of his time tackling and breaking up plays, now has a yellow card in the opening 60 seconds, which is going to make his evening far more interesting than it should be. Going back to the coaches, both coaches still looking for their first 3 points in this league.
So lots on the line here tonight. Leo Fernandez, close to it. 2022 USL Championship MVP. Getting his first start for the Rowdies in over a year. Just incredible.
That is a spectacular pass.
Right in front of Dikwa at his feet. It's backed up and nearly an own goal. As you see, Jordan Farr comes out, takes a big breath right there. Forrest Lasso involved as well.
Well, the Rowdies want to press, and they want to press early. That delivery by Jay Lee around the centre-backs for Dikwa to run onto was absolutely breathtaking from the reserve goalkeeper who came in for Cookie Vegas after 22 minutes last match.
So this is Mark Ibarra. Corner kick in swinger here. This ball's got nice curl on it, and it gets sent over that crossbar. Let's take a look at our injury report brought to you by Orlando Health, Bayfront Hospital. Rowdies, surprisingly, Ryan, they've got some significant injuries here early in the year.
How many seasons did they play before this match? That's like 4 guys, 5 guys out. And it's only the third game of the season. Kleeman, of course, big centre back. Charlie Dennis, a lot of expectations coming back next week through failures.
Yeah, those guys expected to be back shortly. The Rowdies certainly do miss him. Manuel Arteaga, Venezuelan, now with it at his feet. Fernandez hustles over to it. And now the visitors will try and clear it, but unsuccessful that time. Tampa Bay will throw it in near the corner.
Yeah, well, Coach Nielsen wants the Tampa Bay Rowdies to play further up the pitch rather than closer to their goal. They're going to press high, and midfielders like Lewis Hilton and company have the honors to drive the ball up the pitch.
Once again, going north-south, Jordan Farr will back up to it. And Ryan, let's address our keys to the match. Brought to you by Farah and Farah. What have you got tonight?
Well, the Rowdies are going to try to overload on the sides. They're going to try to use Manjoma and company to try to make inroads. Here's Manjoma right now. Try to make inroads and get crosses into the box and push them out wide. Now, as for Rhode Island, they're going to have Deco and company pull out wide and find that space, and then when they get the ball out there, then create and bring the ball back in to get past the Rowdies' press.
Very deep in talent is Rhode Island. Coach Smith, not just the coach, also the GM as well. A lot on his plate here in this inaugural season as the ball sent end over end and out of bounds. And Rhode Island will now throw it in. Karifa Yao, the Canadian. A couple weeks ago in the home opener for Tampa Bay, the Rowdies had that 2-0 lead late in the game, conceded twice, nearly conceded a third time, and nearly lost that night, but Tampa Bay was able to escape with a point. I think it's a game where the Rowdies learned a lot about themselves, and Ryan, it's all about gelling and just making strides as a team, getting better night in and night out.
The coaching staff a little bit as well, Drew. I think got a little bit conservative in the last 25 minutes, allowed San Antonio back in, and you know how momentum works. You get one goal and that's it. It's all downhill. And credit to San Antonio for getting that extra goal.
See Rhode Island putting some pressure here on Tampa Bay. Rowdies struggling to clear. Aaron Guillen gets a left foot on it, and still the threat continues. So Tampa Bay chasing here. Leo Fernandez comes over, and the ball finally sent out, and should be a goal kick here for Jordan Farr, who has conceded 3 times so far this year. And how would you evaluate the Rowdies' new keeper at this point?
I think his agility is incredible. His ability to play with his feet, which complements the Rowdies' press, is invaluable. However, he's been prone to make a couple of mistakes here and there, but most goalkeepers are. I think Jordan Farr is an excellent fit for the Rowdies, and the best is yet to come in a Rowdies uniform.
We welcome you to the 2024 USL Kickoff presented by Terminix. Throughout the month of March, the USL kicking off across the country. Join us for all the action on ESPN and CBS sports platforms. As this league continues to grow and flourish all over the country and all over the world, you have been a big part of it. Ball will stay with Rhode Island here. Now once more. This is Jackson Lee, the Australian, in goal tonight for the visitors. Forrest Lasso gets ahead on it. Now played back by Quizira. 17, Josiah Quizira.
Now this is so important for Rhode Island to get some sort of rhythm on the road. First pass, that looks like Connor McGlynn, who stepped back and tried to get the ball over the top to Quizera to get past the Rowdies' press. And there's a lot of room back there, Drew, if players can overlap up the sides and get around that back three.
Jordan Doherty throwing it in for Tampa Bay. Doherty playing well in the Rowdies' last home outing. There's a giveaway though, and here comes Ibarra. Ibarra tried to center it, and Rhode Island nearly squaring up a shot there. Fernandez comes over to collect for the Rowdies. So nice ball this time, and here comes Tampa Bay. The crowd erupts for the first time. That left side wide open. The Rowdies with a missile. It's deflected by Jackson Lee.
Well, Leo Fernandez, with all the finesse and all the touch, gets past the press with a brilliant through ball, and Blake Bonnelly had every right to let it fly, and he did. Easy save in the end for Lee, with nobody closed down on the left wing back. Hence the reason he pulled the trigger.
Crisostomo now, and Doherty. See what Tampa Bay is doing early in this game. You gotta like it. A player like Eddie Munjoma comes in, Ryan, for somebody like Doherty connecting with a brand new player. You obviously don't have a lot of practice time with him. How difficult is that to get on the same page with your new teammate very fast?
It's all about keeping it simple, and yes, your instincts will take over. Ooh.
Jennings. He is such a magician, and he has got the ball a little short though. And it's recovered here by Ibarra.
Juma had 1 week of practice with the team. He was so impressed with the intensity. And that sort of intensity Coach Bobby Nielsen thrives on for his players in practice. And he loved that sort of winning mentality. So I think he's going to fit right into this Rowdies organization, Manjuma.
McGlynn switches the point of attack. Tarifa Yao now. As you see, Rhode Island struggling a bit to connect, but here they come. Shot is on, and it's off the post. Jordan Farr may have gotten a fingertip on it as the Rowdies dodge an early goal.
Well, Noah Fuson, tell you what, has just 1 assist this season, trying to get his first goal. A beautiful little bender, almost curling into the far post. On the ground, Drew. It's the hardest for keepers to get down there.
Here's Fuson again. Oh, that ball is loose. Oh, what a brilliant save by Jordan Farr. Dequa got to it. He had a shot to put it in the back of the net.
Well, the relentless pressure from both sides. Which defense is going to cough it up first is the first question. And the Rowdies, saved by the goalkeeper Jordan Farr, who made himself large. And that was an excellent save.
So both teams here with some early opportunities. Still scoreless though in the 11th minute. Drew Felios and Ryan Davis. So excited you're with us. Brand new television contract with Tampa Bay's 44 and ESPN Plus as well. Our Rowdies crew bringing you Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer for consecutive years here in the modern era. It just keeps getting better and better year after year.
I just can't sit down, Drew. The pace of the game. I feel like I'm a center midfielder, kind of drifting through the box here. It's just been incredible pace between these two teams.
Yeah, high quality stuff here in the opening minutes. A couple tugs there, finally a whistle. And the ball will belong to the blue and gold.
There's so much is expected from Crisostomo this year. Partnering Lewis Hilton in midfield. Of course, Charlie Dennis is going to come back next week and compete for a spot as well. So as players get healthy, more spots are going to be up for grabs as the season progresses for the Rowdies.
So here's Quisera trying to put it in position. Deflected out by Bonnelly. And the Rowdies now chasing. Here's Munjoma over to it. Look at some of the scores early on here. You see what Louisville City is doing. I believe we got some blood coming out of the nose right there of Danny Crisostomo, so the official will send him to the sidelines to be tended to. So physical game here in the first 15.
Yeah, both teams want to get 3 points. I think both coaches understand there's a little bit of pressure, more so on Coach Nielsen for the Rowdies.
Jordan Farr with it for the Rowdies, acquired from San Antonio, won the title back in 2022.
Golden Glove winner in 2022, unbelievable performance. I think the Rowdies have always had great goalkeepers over the years, right? We talk about McCarthy, Lauro.
There's been constant excellence at that position.
Sparrow.
So it looks like a new jersey here is going to be worn. So Cristostomo now. Is that a 94? I believe he came into the game with. Certainly doesn't match the number on his shorts. But whatever it takes to get on the field. Shared now, Quazira. Tampa Bay applying some pressure. How about this defense by the Rowdies right now? Rhode Island looks a bit uncomfortable. Tampa Bay chasing Arteaga close to it.
There's another great ball by Jackson Lee.
Oh, beautiful tackle this time. Aaron Guillen comes up with it. Little give and go. Bodily tries to get in the middle of the field. Holstad there to intercept, and off goes Rhode Island. So back and forth we go, and Ryan, you still have not sat down.
No, I can't. I mean, I have to go back to Jackson Lee. He has certainly improved his distribution from the back, and most goalkeepers have to do in modern day football or soccer. But those first two passes have been incredible from the backfield.
Onjama, nice ball. Rowdies spreading the wealth. Bodily, left side. Makes a move. Up in the air. A little bit too much on it that time. Good idea, though, for the Rowdies as Onjama was running right under it.
And with the press being so high for both teams, what we've seen from Leo Fernandez so far, you can use him as a wall and get the ball back because of his ability to play in tight spaces. And the Rowdies will do well to use that left side support with Leo Fernandez there and go through that channel as the press comes on. Oh, just Jackson Lee. Oh my.
Getting by, look out. Rhode Island will go up one. Albert Dikwa scorches the Rowdies downfield and gets the visitors on the board.
Well, the breakout season last year, now it's 3 goals in the 3rd game of the season. Albert Dikwa has hit his stride in his career, but Jackson Lee falls down on the goal kick, and the Rowdies are playing so high. It goes over Forrest Lasso's head, and Jordan Farr is left for dead. It's one thing to press Trufelios, but your centre-backs have to be able to pull off of that press and cover the ball over the top.
One of the greats in this league for a reason. You just saw it right there. Albert Dikwa, doesn't matter what uniform he is wearing. He is so tough to mark. Can change a game in the blink of an eye.
Tell you what, with all the pressing in the opening 15 minutes, the Rowdies just does not seem in sync. I think Dikwa expertly gets around far, but he read the pass over the top. That's the secret to the sauce with that goal. Not the finish, but he read the pass over Lasso's head, followed up with it, and capitalized.
So early pressure put on the Rowdies here in the 17th minute. Rhode Island has taken the lead. Rowdies been able to establish some rhythm.
This sequence here, very important, like you said, finding that rhythm, playing some sort of possession.
Jennings elevates that time. Relax boldly in Tampa Bay. Claim your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. Proud sponsor of your Tampa Bay Rowdies. Albert Dikwa, MVP last season of this league. Well, he had a brace last week. Ends up scoring again. Already 3 goals in this young year for him. Just incredible. Now it's Guillen trying to shake free. Gets the benefit of the doubt there.
Just big picture scenario here. Albert Dikwa, when you hit this age of 25, 26, players get into their peak. And Albert Dikwa seems to have figured things out and found the pace of the USL League to be to his liking.
Lewis Hilton trying to squeeze the pass through. Not a good idea there with Dikwa lurking Here comes Albert now, settling on that left side. It's pretty nice to build a soccer franchise and be able to use number 10 as your centerpiece. Holstad. Dequa trying to operate, drawing lots of attention. Here's Brito now. Now some good rhythm established by Rhode Island FC. Grant Stoneman. Play Holstad. Holstad sizing things up. Once again finds Quizera. Quizera marked tightly. Mujoma right there with him. Good ball. That cross had lots of potential. Top now of the box as the shot was on. Rowdies trying to get a handle on things, and finally a whistle. That was not really a smooth defensive sequence for the Rowdies that time.
Well, the pressing is intense right now, and the Rowdies can't seem to find their footing. Bodily wins the free kick here, but I tell you what, that was a bang-bang play. It could have gone either way.
So now Lewis Hilton.
Now the centre halves, Lewis Hilton and Crisostomo, misunderstanding, out of sync. But what Lewis Hilton did there, bringing the ball through the middle, is what the Rowdies need more of. They can't go out to the sides too quickly. It's easy to pin the wide players to the sidelines. The centre midfielders have to bring the ball further up the pitch and then create space for everyone else.
Cano Smith, a one-goal lead here on the road. 20th minute. Tampa Bay and Rhode Island. However you're watching tonight, excited you're with us here on ESPN Plus or on Tampa Bay's 44. We asked Robbie Nielsen, head coach of Tampa Bay, was there perhaps a confidence issue with Tampa Bay? He said, no, not at all. We just need more repetition. It's coming, I promise you. You see some of the growing pains. Anytime you have a lot of new players,
and a new coaching staff.
Yes, it takes a little bit of time for those players and coaches to gel. Doherty able to run it down. He'll send it out of bounds, and Rhode Island will have possession. Cal Jennings on top of it. And Leo Fernandez, his first start in over a year, leading the charge. Numbers forward for the Rowdies. Fernandez, little flick. Lost in traffic inside the 18-yard box.
When you have players like Aaron Guillen, Leo Fernandez, and Blake Bodley all sharing one side of the field.
Here's Bodley. Bodley left side. The cross was on. Jackson Lee flying out to fist it off. Fernandez with a chance. Crowd gasps once again. Tampa Bay starting to knock on the door.
Well, the press can't last forever. Players have a certain amount of energy to expend. Coach Nielsen likes the efforts, but when you have left-sided players like Bodley, Fernandez, and Guillen, all ball handlers, all creative players, and yes, I include Aaron Guillen in that, one of the best passers in this league. They can get around that press and through the press. And it's an area of the pitch the Rowdies have to try to exploit.
Select is the official match ball supplier of USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, player's choice. 1-0, the count. Rhode Island, their first year of existence, leading a legendary franchise, the Tampa Bay Rowdies. So dangerous ball there. Jordan Farr comes off his line to pick it up. Jennings, can he get to it? And somehow he does. And to watch him fly around the pitch, it's something special.
And the delivery by Farr, right in that space where only he can get the ball, was amazing.
Now it's Guillen finding feet. Fernandez. Aaron will get it back. Here's the cross. Little air under it. Lewis Hilton. And now a trip up. Tampa Bay not going to like the call. Elvis Osmanovic says it was a push in the back. And quickly, Rhode Island tries to attack. Forrest Lasso there to cut it down. See, the effort is there, but just the communication and reading each other not quite where it needs to be.
Absolutely. Leo Fernandez wanted not only a 1-2 with Cristosomo, but he wanted it back again. And the players just have to get in sync with each other, especially after the high pressing from Rhode Island in the opening 15 minutes. Both teams still ready to pick up any sort of rhythm so far.
Holstad. Figure two with a side like Rhode Island. You come in here tonight, absolutely no pressure whatsoever. Put on a dime once more, and nearly a goal that would have made it 2-0. Once again, number 10, right in the perfect spot. How do you mark this guy?
I tell you what, Forrest Lasso and Aaron Guillen have to pick him up. This is Fuzon again, looks up, two center backs. Well, actually it's not Lasso, it's Aaron Guillen. Completely out of place. And that could have been a second goal so easily.
Hey, Jordan Farr wondering that same thing right now. Rowdies retreating. Lewis Hilton. Rhode Island trying to double their lead. Ball sent through again. Guillen gets a right foot on it.
Well, we see this every single match. Goals change matches. Right now, Fuzon is full of confidence. Dikwa full of confidence in the last third of the pitch. Too much time here again.
Dikwa nearly turned and went for Rhode Island. Instead, the Rowdies somehow come up with it, and it's Arteaga. Fernandez. Little flick. Cal Jennings on top of it. Jennings 1v1. He'll settle it for Tampa Bay.
Every time Leo Fernandez has gotten the ball, he's been penetrative with his passes, creating space for other players. The Rowdies have to continue to use that corridor on that left center midfield side.
Now Forrest Lasso will send it back. Farr will touch it, try and settle things down here in the 26th minute. Rowdies have had some opportunities, been able to control some of the tempo as well, but Rhode Island has the goal.
Again, that was Leo Fernandez trying to bend the ball. Excellent bit of defending by Yao. Thiago is going to run onto that, but it just shows the adventure of Leo Fernandez, having him back in his starting lineup at his creative best. Now we're seeing both teams starting to taper down with their energy, Drew. Then you're going to see players like Leo Fernandez get on the ball with time and start to create some chances.
Now it's Lewis Hilton. Again, you've got that wind that will be at his back here. Crowd comes alive at LA. That goes over everybody, side to side and out of bounds.
But that sort of relieves the pressure a little bit. Lewis Hilton had a chance to provide a delivery for Forrest Lasso and company. Overhits it and gives Rhode Island a chance to regroup.
Grand Central Brewhouse, a two-story brewery, taproom, and beer garden located in the heart of Grand Central District. The brewery featuring traditional lagers and ales poured directly from European-style serving tanks, resulting in fresher beer. Grand Central Brewhouse. It is a must-visit after a Rowdies game.
How far is it from here?
Well, to find out after this match is concluded. And I was going to go a couple weeks ago, but the Rowdies did not win, and that kind of spoiled my
that was it.
Spoiled my spirit after the game. How about Dikwa so far? He has been so impressive. And now Lewis Hilton and Leo Fernandez will be on top of this free kick for the Rowdies.
And we're seeing Fuzon and Dikwa again pull out wide, just like we talked about the keys to the match, and provide that outlet for Rhode Island when they're under pressure. And both forwards have not only created a goal, but created space for the players.
This will be Fernandez. And sails right to the keeper, Jackson Lee. Jackson Lee, just a spectacular collegiate player, led West Virginia to the College Cup semifinals last year.
Well, the scouting report on Lee before this game is he's an excellent passer to his right. And he just showed us going to his left may not be the best. But the 2 passes he's had to the right so far in this game have been absolute money.
You know, he's a great player too. We thought Koki Vegas would get the start in goal tonight, perhaps.
Yeah, got the injury against Monterey Bay in the first 22 minutes. But so far, Jackson Lee has been admirable between the sticks.
Jackson Lee, the Australian. Tonight, done a good job between the pipes, keeping the Rowdies off the board here. Time you can go on the road, get that first goal, take a little bit of the stuffing out of the crowd at the opposing venue. It just means so much, setting the tone the rest of the way.
Yeah, especially Allianz Stadium, that just wants to get on its feet.
Ostad. Saw him right there with Rivera. And the Rowdies will have it here on the throw-in with Doherty. Oh, all over the back. That time an easy call.
That's Yao's MO. He's a physical player. He likes that contact. It gets him into his rhythm defensively.
Back-to-back fouls there. Stephen Turnbull called as well. Elvis Osmanovic, I'm telling you, always involved. That seems like anytime he is here at Al Lang. Doherty. Jumma and Hilton. Lewis Hilton navigating. Doherty in a tight space. Doherty with the cross, put right in front. And the offside call.
Tell you what, Jordan Doherty has grown up right before our eyes. His decision making to fake the cross, take an extra touch, get past 2 defenders. He fakes it here, sees the daylight. Great delivery. Arteaga just a hairline offside. Center midfield, holding midfield, right wing back, right center back. He can run for governor, he can run for senator. Anything you need, Doherty can provide.
Certainly has become a fan favorite. Rowdies fans have watched him grow up since his arrival here as a teenager. Tampa Bay with an opportunity. Little flick, and it is, oh, just off the crossbar. Manuel Arteaga just an inch away.
He did everything right, Trufelios. He did everything right. He read the pass. He picks the pocket. He brings it down, looks up, the little dink over the top, and it bounces just a little too far from the post. Enough to rise, hit the crossbar, and Arlan can't believe it.
We know this game of soccer can be beautiful. It can also be exasperating.
She's a beautiful game, but she can break your heart, I'll tell you right now.
Rowdies fans into it since the start. Little conversation there, and it's always great to see the Rowdies fans and sometimes see the shout-outs as well, Ryan. As Tampa Bay attacks once more. Jennings breaking free. Kyle Jennings once again off the keeper, Lee. And again, the offside called, so would not have counted. A little frustration setting in for the Rowdies.
Arteaga pressuring from up top. Like I said, the forward should. Perfect dig. If it bounces a half a yard further up, it lands in the top of the net. And just inches away from an equalizer. But that's going to bring Arteaga a little bit of confidence. Yes, it missed, but him creating that chance for himself He's going to raise his confidence levels.
A little bit of a tie-up there. It'll belong to the Rowdies. A new era of USL kicks off in April. Join us Saturday, April 6th on CBS. Louisville City battles Indy 11 at 4 p.m. Eastern at Lynn Family Stadium in Louisville. That's the first ever national broadcast of the USL on CBS Networks. A very special day for the USL and for CBS Sports as well.
What about Louisville City hanging 5 on Birmingham Legion?
Once again, Jordan Farr comes out. It's danger for the Rowdies, as Dikwa's been lurking there since the start of the match. And Dikwa ran into Farr that time. Jordan Farr shaken up. So remember, Phil Brino is the backup keeper for the Rowdies, and for Tampa Bay's sake, they hope they do not have to use him here in this situation. But let's check on Jordan Farr. Phil Brino is up. Remember, he was impressive a couple years ago as a constant in this Rowdies lineup. The young keeper organization loves him a lot.
Quick story. Walked into an elevator 2 weeks ago, and Phil Brino walks in. Got a chance to talk to him just for about 2 minutes, literally. And what an explosive, fantastic personality. He's a locker room favorite for a reason. Gets his voice heard. The Rowdies are lucky to have him.
What it must be like to be a backup goalkeeper in this league. Rarely do you get an opportunity, and Brino will calmly sit back down.
And Drew, when your number calls, you got to go right in and perform. There's no warm-up.
So good news for the Rowdies. Farr is okay here in the 35th minute. Crisosimo going to get called this time. And was Dikwa, I believe he was carded on that last sequence as he collided with Jordan Farr, so he paid for it.
Yeah, with goalkeepers, the referees are always going to be very sensitive, understandably so. They have to throw their bodies and their hands to the feet of forwards. So when forwards get overzealous and they miss the ball and they get the keeper, expect to go into the book. By the way, that was a fantastic tackle by Conor McGlynn to disrupt Leo Fernandez.
Here's Yao. Forrest Lasso flying in. Jackson Lee controls it. Forrest Lasso doing a lot of talking here early on this season, trying to get everybody on the same page. Center back so valuable. 3 times USL Championship Defender of the Year.
Drew, more importantly, Forrest Lasso has a story about his backyard and his chickens there. Would you care to explain?
Man, oh man, I heard some details in the pregame. I've not been able to put it all together just yet, but we know that he loves to treat those chickens just like they're his pet dog or cat, right?
Like an Aaron Guillen or a Jordan Doherty, like one of his friends, right?
Now it's Ibarra. Far side here. Another one given away by the visitors. Bodily digs it out for the Rowdies. And now Tampa Bay just looking better and better as this first half has gone along. Still looking for their first goal. Munjama to Jennings. Cal Jennings lays it for Eddie Munjama. So making his first appearance here as a Rowdy at Al Lang. Eddie Munjama getting very involved early.
What a run by Munjama. Just under hit by Cal Jennings. And allow Quizera to come to step in and give up the corner. But a fluid attack by the Rowdies. I think it's the most fluid attack so far in the first half. With that final pass just let down. Can Lewis Hilton correct that delivery?
Third corner kick here for the Rowdies. Lewis Hilton. Staring right into the zone. But this Rhode Island defense
should be right by the penalty spot for Arteaga here, who's going to run to that first post.
Ball set right up in the air. And now Rhode Island sends it out. There's Pregame again flying through. Contact called. And once again, Elvis Osmanovic right on top of it. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Farah and Farah. They are Tampa Bay's personal injury lawyers. You can see them online at farahandfarah.com. Mainstays in the community, Farah and Farah.
Well, we just saw Munjoma run right up the sidelines to try to get a return pass from Carl Jennings. Moments later, he comes from the back line and intercepts Fuzon and wins the free kick for the Rowdies, doing everything he can to influence this game.
Here comes Rhode Island, running free, Noah Fuzon. Fuzon, nice ball, look out, shot on, and it's over the crossbar. Went off the foot of Josea Quisera. And it results in a corner kick here for the visiting side.
Well, the man from Congo, so eager to get forward, excellent left foot, but very left-footed, gets back on that trusty lefty. And look at that bit of eagerness and defense from the Rowdies. Desperately thinking to call that.
Corner kick here on the way from Rhode Island. Second corner for them. It's one sent to the far post now. Rowdies will head it out. Quisera controls. Now it's Ibarra. Mark Ibarra, always in control, it seems like. Off the back of Lewis Hilton and out of bounds. Connor McGlynn. Now it's Ibarra, a little floater this time. Joe Brito. Forrest Lasso right there.
Well, we haven't heard much from Joe Brito so far. He is the Leo Fernandez of this team. He's creative. And Forrest Lasso. There's Brito again.
And now here is Hilton. Hilton. Just another beauty. Bodily, the new Rowdy. Little flick. Munjoma will chase it down. Hilton tries to turn it around. It's surrounded that time. And the Rowdies will have it in the Rhode Island half.
That all started with Lewis Hilton pinging that pass to Blake Borderly on that left-hand side, breaking the press.
Knocked down here.
And that's what Coach Nielsen wants from his center midfielders, Crisostomo and Lewis Hilton, to take some pressure off of the players and create space for them out wide. Be brave. Take players on in the center circle with the ball, and also look for the penetrative pass as well to beat the press.
Now it's Munjoma. Leo Fernandez with a flick back. I mentioned at the beginning of the show, J.J. Williams, the former Rowdy. He is not in the lineup today for Rhode Island. Just want to make that point. Certainly going to have a role with this franchise this season, but tonight, not the night. Hilton. Lewis Hilton gathers. He is really being accounted for. You can tell this Rhode Island team scouting well. They know that a lot of the Rowdies' offense goes through number 4.
Yeah, his ability to cross the ball at any angle is incredible. And Quisera doing a great job stopping the service. That's what every coach wants. Stop the service, take the pressure off your defenders.
Fernandez. Nose to nose here with Jackson Lee. And it's going to be Bodily taking the corner this time. So he'll be the in-swinger as he deals it to the far post. Forrest Lasso gets ahead on it. Oh, just put on a platter. Rowdies just needed one final touch in front of the goal.
Just like they drew it up in the sand in their backyard. Fans can't believe it. To the last post, Forrest Lasso comes around the angle, heads it right back across the mix-up. And Arteaga. And looks like it came off Cal Jennings. Forrest Lasso doing a great job putting the ball back in the danger area.
Coach Nielsen knows that that play was right there to be had. Stephen Turnbull has it poked away. Bonnelly was there. Rowdies hoping for at least one more opportunity here before halftime. How about this ball? Nearly got to Jennings.
Can give Rhode Island credit, so good defensively. They have two center-backs covering that run from Jennings, and the pressure is so high up the pitch that Lewis Hilton doesn't have time to release. And Rhode Island certainly working as a unit in this opening 45 minutes.
First half has been fairly free-flowing. Don't expect a lot of extra time here. Doherty turns and goes. Numbers now for the Rowdies. Cal Jennings looks behind, sees a wall. Here's Munjama. Ball just out of bounds. 4 minutes of extra time coming up here from Mount Lang. So it's been a first half where the Rowdies have scrambled in parts of it, but Ryan, they have looked impressive, and the chemistry has been building slowly but surely. Not where it needs to be yet, but I like the work rate as guys continue to try and get on the same page.
Well, I think after both teams in the initial 20 minutes slowed down a bit and the pace slowed down, it allowed creative players like Leo Fernandez to start making inroads. After that, the Rowdies picked up in their confidence. But give Rhode Island credit, they are well deserved for their 1-0 lead. I mean, Dequan and Fuzon have been incredible up top. They've been pulling out wide and getting the space. And players like Ibarra and McGlynn have been doing a great job clogging up the midfield. And here they come again.
Rowdies attacking once more with Guillen. Blake Bonnelly. And losing it out of bounds. There's Arteaga.
Bonnelly has been tireless up and down that left-hand side. Just couldn't get it back.
This one lifted. Now into the stands.
And could we tip our hat to Jackson Lee? Ball over the top, beats Forrest Lasso. Dequa runs on, gets the goal, and he's been fantastic in the post tonight. The Australian goalkeeper. Great shift so far.
Not an easy place when you've got Ralph's mob, Skyway Casuals right on your back.
That's right.
To come in and be a shot stopper like he has been here in this first half.
Yeah, and his distribution has been great. And he certainly silenced the crowd with that assist.
Fernandez, defender on his back, still able to get it away cleanly. Sostamo bleeding at one point during the half, able to come right out of it. Fernandez being grabbed, and where's the whistle? Finally it comes in from Elvis Osmanovic. The crowd was hoping it came in about 5 seconds sooner.
Give the referee credit, he allowed the play to go on. It was always going to be pulled back if the play was stopped. Here's the pulling by Conor McGlynn. Out of position. He understands that his team is backtracking. Leo Fernandez turns on a dime. And there's the second foul, and McGlynn comfortably goes into the book.
So McGlynn carded here, second yellow card dealt by our head official tonight. First was to Albert Tikwa. And the Rowdies now with the free kick. Looks like it's going to be Aaron Guillen here. Pretty good spot for Tampa Bay.
Well, it's such an awkward position, right? It's too far for a shot on goal. And it's very close to get the ball up and over the wall for somebody to run onto. So Aaron Guillen is going to have to go right to the last post. You see Forrest Lasso battling with Yao. But look at Jordan Doherty. Can he get around and get that ball back into the middle?
Possible rebound chance here for Tampa Bay. This ball a little short. Fernandez getting to it. Trying to get it in front of the goal. Some opportunities in that 6-yard box. But credit Rhode Island. Quick reacting once again.
Or you could just play the ball through to the Samba man and he'll run onto it and try to put the ball across the face of the goal.
Tell you what, Leo Fernandez has looked the best in this half that he has since his return.
511 days since he's last started in a Tampa Bay Rowdy uniform. That horrible Achilles heel injury after his 2022 MVP season took him out for the entire 2023. Only towards the end he came on and he was half the player he was.
Should be the final seconds here of this first half as Jordan Farr hustles over. Albert Dick with a lone goal for Rhode Island. Sitting on a 1-0 lead here on the road. And that will do it. First half in the books. Albert Tikwa, third goal of the season. Right now, Robbie Nielsen's crew, the Tampa Bay Rowdies. It'll have to be a come-from-behind job if they hope for 3 here on this beautiful Saturday night. Halftime festivities coming up. You're watching Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer on Tampa Bay's 44 and ESPN Plus. It is halftime here. The Tampa Bay Rowdies trail Rhode Island FC, and this halftime is brought to you by Visit Tampa Bay. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. What a gorgeous night to be at this stadium here in downtown St. Pete. Although the Rowdies do trail some bright spots we're going to get to momentarily. Rhode Island playing outstanding soccer here on this Saturday night. All right, let's talk about the Tampa Bay Rowdies off the field. And recently the Rowdies forming a brand new partnership in the community with big brothers and big sisters.
This is a very special opportunity that Big Brothers Big Sisters has been able to partner with the Tampa Bay Rowdies and create this unique match experience for our bigs and littles. The excitement hit the roof as soon as they pulled up into the parking lot and saw that they were going to be interacting with Rowdies players and getting the opportunity to bowl. Partnership with the Tampa Bay Rowdies and Big Brothers Big Sisters is definitely special because we'll be able to provide more opportunities to the kids to go out and visit a soccer game and see those experiences in person.
So the Tampa Bay Rowdies not just making an impact on the field, but doing it in this Tampa Bay community as well, affecting the lives of youngsters every single day, especially young soccer players as well, as they look up to these great players. Rowdies trail 1-0 to Rhode Island FC. We'll tell you about the first half, get you ready for half number 2, and also show you our USL Team of the Week when we come back. Halftime continues here at Al Lang Stadium. That berm, great place to watch the game. There's not a bad seat in the house here at Al Lang. If you have not been to this venue, it is definitely a must-do on your sports bucket list. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Drew Felios. Ryan Davis rejoins us here momentarily. The USL Team of the Week released just a few days ago. See some of the household names of this league on the list, like Lucas Silva, Carlos Guzman, Paul Walters in goal, Alan Gavilanes, our player of the week. Notice also Albert Dikwa, as he had a brace last week for Rhode Island, as Rhode Island got the draw. They're looking for their first 3 points here tonight. Dikwa, just a sensational talent. Our news and notes, USL on CBS about to kick off as Louisville City hosts Indy 11. That's next Saturday, April 6th at 4 p.m. Definitely tune in for that. Also, USL League One in the news, launching the Jägermeister Cup. It's an in-season World Cup-style tournament, creating additional matches with non-traditional modifications to encourage attacking soccer. Look forward to that here in USL League One. And Sac Republic, how about a 5-year extension with UC Davis Health, the longest and largest sponsorship in club history. Also launching a new program directing at childhood health and wellness. Over 400 doctors from UC Davis Health will be in attendance to celebrate that. So really cool stuff going on with Sac Republic. Our standings right now in the East, Lou City atop the table. What else is new? Detroit, Hartford, Charleston Battery, Loudoun in there with Miami, Indy 11, and Birmingham. Still early in the season, Rowdies looking for their first 3 points. North Carolina FC, welcome back to USL Championship. Rhode Island in their first year, and Pittsburgh Riverhounds, you know they will not be at the bottom of the table for very much longer. Right now, 1-0 is the score. The Rowdies trailing, trying to get that equalizer. Second half, moments away. Ryan Davis rejoins us here at LA when we come back. We welcome you back to our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. Thanks for hanging with us here through halftime. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis now rejoins us. And Ryan, if you're a Rowdies fan, interesting to watch this team come together. A lot of hold your breath moments in that first half. You trail by a goal, but I think some positive signs to end that 45 and change.
I think the beginning was pure chaos. I think the Rowdies never got up to pace with that. I think the error at the back when the ball went over the top was a thankless error on behalf of the centre-backs. But then when the pace did slow down on the left-hand side, Blake Bodley, Aaron Guillen, and Leo Fernandez started to find some corridors to then create space for Kyle Jennings and company up top.
It's one thing to play an expansion side, but you realize very quickly they got the player of the year that is suited up in gold and in blue. A couple of shots peppering the nets early on, and there is Dikwa getting involved.
He's so good in reading the play now. He's so slippery. He read the back pass, he read the pass over the top, beat Forrest Lasso and Jordan Farr in one move, and gave his team a 1-0 lead. But then Blake Bodley, Leo Fernandez came together. The crosses started to come in. and the chances started to pour in. Arteaga, perfect dink over the top, just 1 foot short of the goal, and it bounced and hit the crossbar. It was the Rowdies' best chance in the first half. Again, great touch by Arteaga, just couldn't finish it off. Then another shot, but Dikwa just being over-zealous, gets in on fire and gets a yellow card. Then the cross comes in, Forrest Lasso heads it across, and it was the Rowdies' second best opportunity in the first 45. So taking a look at the statistics, the one on top is the one that counts. Rhode Island, Dikwa again on the scoreboard, up 1-0, 7 shots to 3. That's Rhode Island beating the Rowdy press and creating the most of that space and capitalizing with shots and corners to go along with it. Possession pretty much even, but for the most part, it's been a very physical game, very active, energetic game, and I think Rhode Island has lived up to the hype in the first 45 and taken it to the Rowdies, and well deserved for their 1-0 advantage after 45 minutes.
Good stuff from Ryan Davis. Rowdies back on the field. Rhode Island FC as well. And there is the reigning USL Championship MVP getting loose for the second half. Once again, Tampa Bay's 44, our new broadcast partner. So excited to be on a legendary station in the Tampa Bay area, dating back to this club's inception and their birth back in 1975. Also, our constant carrier, ESPN Plus, along with CBS Sports this year. So many different outlets bringing USL soccer into your living room or your device. Second half underway. Ball squirts through. Blake Bodley. First Rowdy to touch. Tracked down in the back. And now dealt to Marky Barr. Doherty gets ahead. See Leo Fernandez going down there inside the center circle. As right now he favors that right ankle. So this...
Drew, he's played such measured minutes in the Uni preseason.
You see the respect that Dikwa has for Fernandez, because they know what Leo has gone through to get back on the field, and even the opposing team comes to Fernandez making sure that he is okay, because nobody has worked harder to come back from an injury than number 10 has.
2022 MVP, his best season crowning moment, gets that horrific injury. Preseason 2023, works for the entire year to get back to this position. 511 days since he's last started a match with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. He's just 10 games off from Georgie Histoff in the most games ever in a Rowdy shirt. He's tied with Saber Guenzati tonight in appearances for a Rowdy shirt. He is iconic in the green and yellow, and now he's down in the center circle.
See if we can get it on the wide shot here.
Drew,
left side of your screen.
It's the injuries when no one is around is the ones that are the longest lasting.
So obvious concern from the Rowdy staff, fans, players, and everybody inside this stadium who has pulled for Leo Fernandez to return to being the old Leo. And as I said at the end of the first half, that was as impressive a shift as we have seen by Fernandez since he has made his return late last year. But here we go, Joshua Perez in to replace Fernandez.
Well, Joshua Perez has to come in and try to do the same thing for Leo Fernandez. He has an excellent touch on the ball, great control, and he's going to have to maneuver the ball on that left-hand side very quickly as the press comes and find the outlet for Kyle Jennings, Aaron Guillen, and Bodley.
So some of the air certainly coming out of this stadium with the departure of Fernandez. Rhode Island FC now finding feet here and trying to get their first chance here in half number 2. whistle there. Now Rhode Island player goes down. And I believe that is Rivera. Montreal product here, who is a little bit shaken up.
Well, this is the matchup we've been looking for on this left-hand side. Rivera, look at that late tackle by Manjuma. Got Rivera high up on the ankle. Very dangerous. And he's the one to take the set pieces, so he's going to have to get up here as quickly as possible.
Spent 2 years in Montreal. Tell you what, this is probably one of the more talented expansion sides I think I've ever seen. They have certainly gone out and made an impact in the players they have been able to acquire. Here comes the free kick, redirected and sailing way wide. So the Rowdies will have a throw-in. So Aaron Guillen will toss it in, and when an injury like that happens, also you hope for the best, but if you're a Rowdy, you got to be a little bit shocked too. It could take you a few minutes to kind of shake that off as what just happened settles in, but you can't really let it settle in. You just got to play on because you're trying to come back and pull level in this game. Kyle Jennings trying to interrupt the flow there.
Well, the scouting report was to pressure Grant Stoneman every time he gets the ball. That was Kyle Jennings. Didn't pay off then, but here comes the Rowdies.
Josh Perez feeds it off now. This is Munjama. Jordan Doherty's got to go get it. Doherty's got those soft feet. Now on the attack once again. It's Connor McGlenn. McGlenn puts it in a good spot. Forrest Lasso flying in at the last moment. Josh Perez trying to gather it. Rowdy's possession.
Yeah, like you said, though, when you have an iconic figure like Leo Fernandez, where these new players who have just come into the Rowdies outfit see this player who has guided them in the dressing room and through the preseason, you see him go down. It's like a boxer taking a standing 8 count. Everyone has to kind of catch their breath mentally and get back on it.
Little flick now. Kyle Jennings once again called offside. That's the 3rd time tonight that flag has gone up.
Well, they are a very organized unit, Rhode Island, and when they push up as a unit. And Kyle Jennings and company have to time their runs a little bit better to beat that high line.
Rowdies with the interception here. Aaron Guillen has been active tonight. Gets it forward. Tampa Bay with the cross. Here they come. Perez lost it. And it momentarily, Jackson Lee comes up with it. The USL Championship on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the Galazzo Network and ESPN Plus. As you see, Jackson Lee has been a cool customer in net here tonight. Again, USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. In front of the goal. Kept out somehow by the Rowdies. Forrest Lasso, the last line of defense there. As Jordan Farr was a bit out of position. And the Rowdies somehow come away with possession. Wild action here at Al Lang. Arteaga trying to provide the finisher.
Arteaga's touch completely lets him down. Well, this is Dikwa, who got injured on the sequence before, after Fuzon almost created a golden opportunity for Rhode Island to go ahead. Arteaga on the other end with the longest of touches, allowing the center back to come in. Here's this touch. Here's Perez doing his best. Leo Fernandez impression, the split pass. Turnbull with the late challenge. And Bodley's begging for it.
So there's a lot to unpack after that sequence. And I believe Aaron Guillen was dealt a yellow card for the Rowdies. But as you said, Ryan, not everybody on the same page when it matters most. Dikwa finally gets back into the mix. The crowd acknowledging number 10.
Yep, also the special trainer has to go off in the sidelines. Big smiles on her face. But now both captains, McGlynn and Aaron Guillen, in the referee's books.
Corner kick on the way from Lewis Hilton. Hilton able to gather his own rebound. Now jockeying for position. A little bit of tugging going on inside that box. No call by our officials. Loose once more. Headed on and scored! The flag is down. Tampa Bay is pulled level. We're at one apiece.
Well, he's been sitting on the center back the entire night. Arteaga just probing, waiting. As Forrest Lasso just punts it back into the box. Arteaga reads it, gets there first, and a looping header over Jackson Lee. And this score is tied at 1. He let himself down a couple of minutes ago with the long touch. But boy, did he read the pass. He reacted first, Drew. And he got there before Lee to make it 1-1.
Stadium erupts, game tied. Rhode Island comes right back down the pitch, shoots it wide. Jordan Farr will place it down.
First time we've seen Turnbull overreact from that right centre-back position. It was not the prettiest. It was just Arteaga being a good forward, staying in the play, staying on the centre-back shoulder, staying onside. And as that ball went over, he was the first to react. Jackson Lee didn't read it. The centre-back didn't read it. Arteaga did.
Hilton, not done just yet. Bodley collects. Blake Bodley 1v1. Oh, he's got a lane and just absolutely rockets a shot that just misses that far post.
Well, he hasn't shown that right foot at all this season so far. This time he comes in and just tries to whip it into the far corner. And Jackson Lee looked up to the heavens. Here it is again. Shows the left foot, just snaps it back to the right. And it wasn't too far off, Drew. Look at that.
Tampa Bay. Right back. Cal Jennings again. So the Rowdies come out the aggressors here in the second half. Tied at 1, 57th minute. This is Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer.
It must be said, the home team has the momentum right now. And here they come.
Lewis Hilton. Hilton lets it go. So Lewis Hilton nearly comes up with a goal from distance.
Well, so much has been asked of the centre midfielders by Coach Nielsen, and Lewis Hilton has been answering the bell. A little bit of bravery here, Drew. Doesn't look to pass, he lets it fly.
Hilton wanted a touch. Possession was given
in
to
this
Rhode Island.
sport, despite it not being a result, yet more confidence goes into this team with that shot by Lewis Hilton. Another feather in the hat. Oh, great read.
So Hilton cannot gather it in. Foul is going to be called quickly, though, as Marky Barr was ready to just break loose.
Barra did a great job closing on that one to Lewis Hilton.
Turn on Sirius XMFC's 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk. Got USL All Access Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, plus matches from the USL, the MLS, the Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XMFC's 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Blake Bodley, Forrest Lasso. So a devastating moment for the Rowdies to start the half when Leo Fernandez has to go off, as it looked like it could be that old injury re-aggravated. We have not gotten anything official just yet. The Rowdies gather themselves, find a way to tie this game off the brilliance of Manuel Arteaga, the Venezuelan. Now the Rowdies right back in it.
2 poacher-like goals for the teams this season, in this match. Dikwa, again, reading the pass over the top, beats Forrest Lasso, capitalizes 1-0, and then Arteaga returns the favor. Lasso is the one who puts it over the top. Arteaga reads the pass first, gets there, and it's 1-1.
Lewis Hilton again having a word with Elvis Sosmanovic. A little bit of a warning issued there. Elvis saying no more of that. Trying to keep things clean here. Been a well-played match here thus far. Really on both sides. Rhode Island awarded possession. The race to it. And it's Bodley. Well, he has played very well tonight. And a lot of those 50-50 balls is Blake Bodley. Flag goes up. Good work, yeah, trying to get ahead of everyone. Crisostomo wearing that number 17 for the Rowdies. Had to swap that jersey out, had some blood on the original in the first half as Mark Doyle gets set to check in. This could be it for Joe Garrido. Garrido acquired from Union Omaha, put in his time in USL League One, called up here now and doing great work for Rhode Island.
You know, Drew, so in modern football, the pace of the game could take creative players like Brito out of the game. He's an excellent player to create chances and space for the players. But if the team is constantly pressing and trying to get from point A to point B.
Cal Jennings with another opportunity. Jennings tries to chase down the rebound. A collision right in front of that end line. And this is going to be a yellow for Cal Jennings. Unfortunate. He was running like a runaway freight train that time. It was sort of anybody's ball. And Jennings may have had those spikes just a little bit up here.
Well, I tell you what, we've seen this high line from both sides give up the ball over the top. They have not been tracking back or reading that ball over the top. And Cal Jennings was the latest forward to almost capitalize. Dikwa, Arteaga, now Jennings. And Jennings goes into the book after a frustrated tackle from the center forward after he missed that chance.
So 61st minute, the yellow issued to Cal Jennings.
Who's that famous Jedi in Star Wars Part 1 who coached Obi-Wan Kenobi? Obi-Wan Kenobi's teacher, what is his name again?
It's not coach, it's
his Jedi master. His that's no, it's that's Cal Jennings has that hair, the hairdo. You know what I'm talking about, right?
It's not coach, it's the master and the apprentice.
Yeah,
right?
master,
the
apprentice.
Is the player,
I'm trying to figure out the hairstyle.
Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon.
Yes, took me a moment.
Of course,
shame on me.
Of course, our producer said Yoda, who has no hair, and it's green.
Oh man.
No, it's Qui-Gon. There it is, Qui-Gon, right here, 2024.
A little bit.
You know, Jedi's can come back. So maybe that's Qui-Gon.
Some of Liam Neeson's best flicks. Early Star Wars movie, Phantom Menace.
Thank God I had you around because I was completely lost with the name.
That took me a moment.
It's not Yoda though.
Rowdies now playing the center circle. Crisostomo. Got to give Tampa Bay a chance to at least put it down there. That's Mark Doyle, who has been inserted into this game to do exactly just that. He's an Irish footballer. And that that is part of what he does, just kind of get into the head of the opposing side, sort of try and break up their flow. He does that right here.
Yeah, he's shoving it back here. Yep. The referee does blow the whistle and then impedes the progress of the free kick.
Relax boldly in Tampa Bay. Claim your next adventure at visitampabay.com. That's visitampabay.com. So many folks visiting in town. Beaches, Clearwater, St. Pete. A few more cars on the roads over the last month. But the weather has just been absolutely exquisite, Ryan. Once again.
We're in the late 60s right now. Bit of breeze coming across the bay. It's just so delightful.
If you're not at this Rowdies game tonight, so excited you're watching on TV, but you're certainly missing out with this weather. It is just awesome.
Now, free kick time is enough space for Lewis Hilton to drive one with pace to the last post. Again, Forrest Lasso is going to be the main target. Maybe not drive it, let's say loft it towards Forrest Lasso. He can head it down to the far corner or then into somebody else's path.
Lewis Hilton, nice drive on it. Cal Jennings tries to redirect. There's not a ball that Cal Jennings cannot connect on.
And there's not a ball that this man can't deliver, Lewis Hilton.
'65th minute, level at 1. Here at Al Lang, Drew Felios with Ryan Davis. Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer. Lewis Hilton once again tries to put it on a dime to Arteaga. And this one will be blown dead. Arteaga trying to settle in his new role as a Tampa Bay Rowdy here in 2024.
Getting that goal in front of the home crowd. This is going to bring confidence stuff forward. Center forward, it's like ketchup, right? You know, you squeeze the ketchup bottle, nothing comes out. The ketchup starts pouring out, that's it. Goals start flowing. And Dikwa, the ketchup's been flowing since about April last year.
Josh Perez inserted, trying to make a difference. Bodily, won't get to that one.
And he has, Drew. So far, Josh Perez has looked very composed and created space for Bodily and company with passes like that.
Talked about all the fans here tonight. It's always nice to get a shout out, but you know it's a big night when David Goldie from Scotland sends you a message on Twitter or X. He says, guys, I'm watching.
That's right.
Rowdies have a good fanfare going in Scotland. And Goldie seems like he does not miss one. Mark Ibarra to place it down now. Forrest Lasso will dig in here for the Rowdies. This one hit low. Into the hands here of Jordan Farr. Farr sends it out quickly. Now Jennings, this is where he wreaks havoc. Jennings, 1v1. Goal! In the blink of an eye, Kyle Jennings breaks through.
It is the third time. Ball over the top, and the back line does not take care of it. 6s and 7s at the back, and guess who's there to clean it up? Kyle Jennings. Something out of nothing, Drew. Rhode Island push up. Early ball by Jordan Farr. And is it Ibarra? Absolute miss kick. And there's Kyle Jennings with the one-timer. Puts his laces through it. And it's 2-1 Rowdies. Well, the centre-backs for both teams are going to be wiping their tears as the centre-forwards have gobbled up the opportunities tonight.
This crowd right now electric here at Al Lang. Rowdies have their first lead in the 68th minute. They go for the home run, and Kyle Jennings rounding the bases right now.
Great ball by Jordan Farr, but Ibarra just miskicks the ball And Carl Jennings obliges and buries it.
That was absolutely amazing.
Fantastic finish.
Rowdies have had some great finishers in the past. We saw what Seba Gonzalez did, but I don't think anybody was that explosive, that is quick striking and dangerous as Kyle Jennings can be.
He can tap it into the corner and he can blast it past the keeper. Whatever you need.
Georgi Ristov too. Legendary here in these parts. Kyle Jennings just has been unstoppable since donning the green and gold.
Easy, 23-17, that's off.
So a little bit of chatter going on right now. Eddie Munjoma being marked very tightly here by Quazira. Botley trying to get to it.
Well, what do soccer players look for? They look for space. It was crowded on the right-hand side. The quick shift over to Bodley. And Turnbull and him collide.
Ball sent up now. Lasso marking Dikwa tightly. Dikwa will reset here for Rhode Island. Quick movement here by the visitors. Nicely done. Connor McGlynn spreads it wide. See the patience by Bolstad as well. Ball sent in. And we got a little contact inside the box. It will be Tampa Bay possession. eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream. Rep your team. Play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball, free to play. Download now.
I downloaded eFootball. I play with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. It is spectacular. The uniforms are tight. Great game.
Well, that goal by Kyle Jennings moments ago. The Rowdies will donate $250 to Orlando Health Bayfront Hospital in Kyle Jennings' name. So settling in here, the Rowdies finally with the lead. Connor McGlynn retreating for Rhode Island. They have been on the defensive for most of this second half. The Rowdies seem to be playing with the wind at their backs after playing behind for most of the game.
And that initial first 20 minutes by Rhode Island, all that energy spent, it paid off. They got that one-goal lead. They looked like they were in a great position. They had an excellent first half, but I think they seemed to run out of steam just a little bit. And the Rowdies have sort of reacted with the space that was provided for them. And they've capitalized in creating chances.
Joshua Perez sends it low, and it's another for the Rowdies. And one for Jordan Doherty off the header.
Well, over 100 caps for Jordan Doherty in a Rowdies uniform, his 5th season. And what a finish in front of the home crowd. Let's talk about the delivery by Perez. He has big shoes to fill with Leo Fernandez being out, and it was a fantastic delivery. And the header, no chance for Lee. And the Rowdies now take a commanding 3-1 lead. And you have to say it's well-deserved, Drew. This second half, we call it the coach's half. They've made all the correct adjustments and taken control of the game.
Jordan Doherty, when he arrived here in Tampa Bay, was a baby face, to say the least. Now a little more mature, sporting that beard. Getting fierce here in half number 2. And guess who was about to come up? Pacific Nyangaberi, who was so impressive a couple weeks ago. The Rowdies finally looking like the team that they want to be.
Yeah, Coach Nielsen obviously had some choice words to say to the players, some reminders of their duties. And Carl Jennings, the all-important goal scorer, steps off. And Nyanga Berry is the type of player who they want to come to play further up the field. He played right wing back at home. He's now back from Burundi. He's traveled halfway across the world to get back here to play this match. And now he's played further up the pitch in a more comfortable setting.
Lots of frequent flyer miles there. Gabriel Alves will check in. Also, Prince Sadie, former Hartford star, the Liberian. He comes on for Rhode Island. So this is a big-time shift here for the visitors. Colin Smith recently signed here over the past week. We'll call his number in the 74th minute as well.
Smith is the full package: pace, physicality. He's young, 21 years old. Certainly one for the future. Prince Sadie, creative, drifts out to the left-hand side. Can create for himself and other players.
Stephen Turnbull heading off, a little disappointed. Ran out of steam there on that back line for Rhode Island over the past 10 minutes. The Rowdies certainly took advantage. Bodily able to keep it off that touchline. Now it's Arteaga again. Little flick. Flag will go up this time, as Nyanga Berry was trying to add goal number 4. You gotta like the way this guy, though, is aggressive, always looking for an opportunity, and he is a terror also defensively.
What a pickup Nyanga Berry is. Coming from Canada, played in Australia and Perth. Oof.
That's going to be Njoma there coming in. He'll be dealt a yellow. And we certainly have to be careful here. So, Ryan, you've got a 2-goal lead. Still ample time remaining. You think about, if you're Tampa Bay, a couple weeks ago, what happened. So if you are the home side here, what is the approach? You certainly don't want to have a repeat of that.
Absolutely not. I mean, yes, you have to be smart and play what the game gives you. You're up 2 goals, like we said, with 15 minutes to go. But you cannot go into a defensive shell. If the opposing team does get one back, all of a sudden, it's hard to get out of that shell. So the Rowdies have to continue playing free-flowing, get the ball to their forwards like they were doing, understanding that Rhode Island is going to press up high, which they've done the entire game, and continue looking for space out wide to capitalize on that press.
Rowdies intercept. Tampa Bay trying to get another opportunity here. Josh Perez, Nyanga Berry. Rebound. Lewis Hilton on the ground, just wide.
Well, no team likes pressure, whether you're playing in the Premier League or in your backyard. And it shows up yet again. This time, Rhode Island coughing it up. Arteaga, undecided, slips it, and it was Perez. Heavy tackle by Nadarse. And Lewis Hilton in the end, just driving it with his left foot.
Well, Rowdies fans, get ready. Mark your calendars, April 6th. Your team takes on Pittsburgh. Join us for the ultimate watch party at Colony Grill, 670 Central Avenue. Wear your Rowdies gear, 25% off pizzas and a chance to win prizes. Colony Grill, pizza for getting rowdy. Waiting for you to show up at a watch party, Ryan. When you're on the way, just text me. I'll be there to meet you so we can party with Ralph's mob, because I hear that they're just as rowdy at Colony Grill as they are in the stands at home games.
I'm only going to wear one thing, a green jacket and maybe a plaid pants, but that's it. No undershirt. That's how I'm going to roll.
Rowdies have certainly defended their home pitch tonight. Lewis Hilton, another one comes on. Sent out now. Rowdies will gather. Look out, Tampa Bay on the attack again from that right side. Arteaga has his shot broken up, and it'll be another corner.
Well, Arteaga now full of confidence after getting that goal. He's pulling the trigger on every opportunity.
Safe to say, complete domination in this second half for the Tampa Bay Rowdies over their opponent.
I think Rhode Island was not able to press the way they did in that first half. And the Rowdies have capitalized on the space that's been given to them.
Bodily. The in-swinger here. Bodily puts lots of air under this one in the neighborhood of Forrest Lasso as he is tripped up.
True.
Lasso will hustle back.
Just to capitalize on what you said about this second half, my producer just told me Rowdies out shooting Rhode Island by 8 shots to 1 in the second half alone. It just shows what the Rowdies have been able to do when the space has been provided.
Would have loved to have been a fly on the wall and heard that halftime pep talk from Robbie Nielsen. Whatever he said has certainly registered with this Rowdies team. And when you have a new coach, players slowly will start to believe in him more and more. Neil Collins was such a fixture on the Rowdies sidelines for so long. And Coach Nielsen is certainly well established, but him coming on and sort of gaining the trust, the respect of all these players that have been here for so long, I think so critical. We see it happen right before our eyes. Perez now holds this one up.
I mean, just like it takes time for new players to come in and settle in on and off the field. Remember that. Just same thing for coaching staffs and coaches alike. It takes a while for the players to buy in and have the system work and believe and operate within the system.
Crisostomo. Will deal one on the ground. Rowdies again attacking. Goal is open. Bodily. Tiaga trying to get on top of it. Rowdies have it taken away again. Aaron Guillen now will take a try off the crossbar. Oh, you gotta love the aggressiveness as they are peppering Jackson Lee with shots right now.
Well, the captain himself trying to get on his scoreboard. He's one of the reasons the Rowdies created inroads on the left-hand side. Bodily and Guillen. Artiaga, a little bit of a mistrap, and it falls kindly for Aaron Guillen. Look at the technique from your left centre-back. He picks the pocket of Prince Sadie, lets it fly, and an important touch by Yao.
So a rare opportunity there for Aaron Guillen to get on the score sheet. And the Rowdies racking up the corners here in half number 2. Hilton again, far post in the neighborhood of Lasso. And this one will belong to Rhode Island. So under 10 minutes left to go in regulation. Rowdies on the brink of earning their first 3 points of this 2024 season. So down right now, that is Umasi for Rhode Island. And for Tampa Bay, substitution about to happen. Damian Rivera, only 21 years old. So much talent with this young man as Munjama will head to the bench. Rivera comes on. Artiaga also having a little chat here with Leo Fernandez.
Talk about iconic. Steps right to the sidelines and start to give advice to the players. But for Rivera, it's so important for him to get the reps. He had a lot of pressure on him in the first 2 games. The 21-year-old delivered in the first half in the first match against San Antonio. But now comes in with 10 minutes to play, well, 8 minutes plus extra time, with little pressure on him. These are the moments maybe he can turn things around, get a goal or an assist.
Bodily airborne, ball out of bounds. Bodily hustling over. Sadie, and the Rowdies will have it. Read a lot of sponsors tonight. Thrilled to have all of our proud sponsors aboard here in 2024. But our final one of our favorite ones, Hooters, the original wing joint. course, started right here in the Tampa Bay area back in the early 80s, Ryan. I know you're an Orlando guy. So, did you know that? The franchise started here in 1983, I believe was the year?
I did not. I came here in 1994, so I missed the inauguration, Drew, and I'm sure you were there.
Gulf to Bay Boulevard.
Like a wee lad, and you were there in Hooters getting wings, of course.
Nothing like breaded, hot, some curly fries to go with it. Legendary.
My cholesterol is rising just listening to it.
Can't understand why folks like it non-breaded. You
Oh.
know, the naked kind. I like the breaded,
Yes.
spicy, the wet. Yeah, man, good stuff.
If you're going to go all the way, right?
That's right.
Why hold back?
Little blue cheese on the side, nothing better. Dequa has been nearly invisible in the second half after having such an impact in half number one for Rhode Island. How about that tackle by Crisostomo?
Oh, this is the touch. This is what Perez was brought from Miami for. That close touch. He's going to deputize Leo Fernandez. And he's done a fantastic job in this second half. There's Yangaberry belting Fuzon, and then Doyle just throwing his body. Right, the man from Bundy.
So placed down once again by Tampa Bay. The Rowdies have dominated possession, shots, corners, and just about everything else here in this second frame. This will be Perez. Josh Perez acquired last year midseason from Miami.
Drew, want to go back to, what's the name of the Star Wars guy?
Qui-Gon?
Qui-Gon.
Yes.
But he had such an influence over Obi-Wan that Eureka Wheeler, the guy who does RBLR Sports podcast, does an amazing job.
Yes.
He says that Obi-Wan adopted Qui-Gon's haircut. So Obi-Wan as well.
The little ponytail?
The little ponytail.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Eureka. RBLR Sports does a great job doing the podcasts in the Tampa Bay area. Hockey, football, baseball, and rowdy soccer.
Knock on the back of the head there. Arteaga going down. Rowdy staff quickly comes out to assess the situation. Always one of the more dangerous plays in soccer when two players get in the air like that and it's a free ball.
Drew, this is interesting though. Yes, you usually have players to cover different positions. Arteaga's position, that center forward position, very tricky. If you want Carl Jennings to play with somebody, there is no other player like Arteaga on the field who's going to poach, sit on the last man and just hang around the goal, finish goals. Rowdies don't have a player to replicate that, and I think he's very important to this Rowdies setup, just being on the pitch with Carl Jennings and company. If he can't play, Carl Jennings will have to go to that point forward, that center forward position, and then you'll have to play two number 10s like a Charlie Dennis and Nyanga Berry behind them.
I was about to ask you, Charlie Dennis expected to be back shortly for the Rowdies. This guy was a double-digit scorer last year. How do you think he's going to figure into the mix? And now, potentially, with Leo Fernandez, don't want to speculate anything, but obviously shaky ground health-wise. Interesting to see how Charlie figures in.
Well, he did exactly that last year. Nobody expected Leo Fernandez to go down. Charlie Dennis steps in, has the season of his life. And yes, he's had an early injury, but I think he's ready to get back on the pitch and pick up where he left off.
So there is Christian Ortiz for the Rowdies, as he is one of the USL Academy signees. Player for Florida Premier FC, about to come on from White Plains, New York. This youngster getting an early opportunity. So when head coach Robbie Nielsen says our young guys, our academy guys are going to get a chance, he is not kidding.
Yep, and there's Arteaga. His bell has been rung. For Christian Ortiz, 16 going on 17, hard worker. From what we heard, he's one of the best locker room guys there is. So he's fitting in with this older outfit seamlessly. And now he's getting a chance on the pitch.
Techno Darcy. Now as Rhode Island tries to spread it, look for an opportunity here. And Prince Sadie called for the offside. So do not expect Rhode Island here to let up. Again, a 2-goal lead for the Rowdies. 2-goal leads, one of the more dangerous leads in this beautiful game. Jordan Farr. Been solid tonight for the Rowdies in goal. Hilton. The Rowdies will play a little keep away here. Youngberry racing. Slide tackle by Connor McGlenn. Rowdies ball on the far side. Looking at this Rowdies schedule, we're going to talk more about it later as we wrap up the broadcast, but this game was so important because after this one you head on the road for 2 straight. You would have hated to have done that with a loss here tonight. That's why, Ryan, you pointed out how important tonight was for this Rowdies bunch.
Well, we talked about keeping pace with teams like Louisville and so on. Louisville is now shot to 9 points. And Rowdies will have 5 points after 3 matches. But more importantly, Drew, it is getting that belief going within the squad. And 3 points at home does that. It gets the crowd behind you again for the next match. It gets a bit of a buzz in the Tampa Bay area. And it gets a buzz in the dressing room as well.
Kofi Wamasi comes on here for Rhode Island. In the 90th minute, expect some significant extra time here because of some of the injuries we have had in this half number 2. And when I say significant, I mean an 11 minutes of extra time. Wow.
That's like a whole extra half.
Josh Perez now circling back. Crowd can't believe the 11 minutes. I would say that's probably an all-time high for extra time here in the modern era.
Yeah, I mean, the Leo Fernandez injury certainly chewed up some time, but yeah. But it gives a chance for players like Rivera and Ortiz to get some seasoned minutes and play under pressure. Understand this Rhode Island team, just their tails just pricked up, seeing the amount of time. And Josh Perez has come in here and ruled the roost in the center midfield. Look at that, picking up a foul. You know why he picked up a foul? Because you can't catch him. And that is confidence. Switching that play under that type of pressure. And now Aaron Guillen has oodles of room to play in.
I think Perez really needed a shift like that. He didn't end the season well last year.
Yeah.
And now Damian Rivera. Perez, one of those guys who you thought maybe a coin flip as to whether he was going to make this Rowdies roster in 2024. Found a spot, and tonight perhaps has solidified his role. Hilton. Saw Rivera tried to squeeze in between 2 defenders there. This is Youngberry. Look at those feet, so quick. Take it away though. Rowdies have to retreat. Forced lasso on an island. Here comes the shot, and what a save by Jordan Farr. Another opportunity. Rowdies have got to clear it. Perez, and finally Tampa Bay does just that. The youngster Christian Ortiz throwing his body around a little bit. And you see head coach Connor Smith quickly goes over to one of his prize pupils. So the youngster going to get an earful here.
Ortiz will do well to walk away from it. Yao's still coming, and the youngster, all he wants to do is play. But that was a heavy tackle on the big centre back. Here's Yao. He has possession of Ortiz in front of the Rhode Island bench.
And it's one of those things where if you're Ortiz, you know you're going to have a bit of a target on your back. Guys know you're one of the youngsters out there.
Yeah.
You got to do something to say, hey, I'm just not going to be pushed around.
Absolutely. You want to leave your mark on the game. Want to go back to Nyanga. He gave the ball away in the back to Dikwa, who had an excellent chance on goal. Now, Drew, this is where the evidence shows that Nyanga is that type of player that plays higher up the pitch. Now you're nursing a 2-goal lead. You certainly don't make a move like that in front of your defense and put everybody in harm's way if you lose the ball. And it's something Nyanga has to look at. He has to manage the game, if you will.
Here he is, with some time and space. Nyanga on the ground looking for Ortiz. And all Rhode Island can do is send it out of bounds. We'll have another Rowdies corner here as the clock continues towards the finish line.
Well, he's so much more at home going forward with the ball. Good delivery. Couldn't find Ortiz, but they win a corner. Valuable minutes. Seconds rather, going off the clock on this set piece.
So the clock right now, the Rowdies' best friend. It's been quite a journey tonight. It started on shaky ground for Tampa Bay, but they came out in the second half simply a different team, and they have put it on Rhode Island here. Trying to finish this match with an exclamation. Lewis Hilton once more. Blake Bodley, I love that hairstyle, don't you? Because I love the 80s, the spiked haircut, the party in the back, the business in the front.
The power mullet, they call that?
I love it.
It's a power mullet, and it's, boy, is he bringing it back in style.
I always wanted a haircut like that when I was young, growing up, and I just didn't have the hair to spike like that.
I tried as well.
You have a little bit of that going on.
But the back sort of curled.
Yeah. Uh-oh, look out, Tampa Bay. Here comes Rivera. He scores. It's 4-1. The Rowdies have blown up here in the second half. And Damian Rivera is on the score sheet.
Well, it's been a disease running through the center backs the entire evening, but Damian Rivera, let's take a look at how he took that goal. Calm, cool, collected. Sees in their post open and just bends it around the keeper. Yeah, Jackson is furious. It's the third time he's beaten tonight from his center backs, completely letting him down. But Damian Rivera is exactly what we talked about. No pressure, coming in off the bench and getting a goal can change his season.
That is one calm, cool customer, Damian Rivera. His great 1v1 ability. When he finds a crease, look out. But that is how you end the game. Still have a few minutes left here, but Tampa Bay entertaining this home crowd tonight.
Yeah, credit to Rhode Island. They put all the energy in that first half, capitalized. Great finish by Dikwa, who's still on the ball trying to go. Seemed to run out of steam when the second half began, and the Rowdies. It's going to get out of hand. It's 4-1, and you hope the players. Dikwa's already on a yellow card.
Wilton just asking for a little bit of space. This is where I'm telling you, Elvis Osmanovic trying to be the enforcer here. He's done a fairly good job tonight.
Here it is again. Dikwa crowded. The ball comes back. He loses it, but this is where he gets a little bit frustrated. He loses his footing. And Lewis Hilton and him getting in an entanglement.
Tampa Bay ball. About 3 minutes to play here. And it's the Rowdies look to come away tonight with that first 3 points of the year.
Coach Nielsen and his staff too takes a little bit of pressure off of them. Of course, it's never easy for coaches. And to get that 3 points at home really is something.
Sadie turning, delivering a nice ball here. Colin Smith. Bodily, those legs look fresh. Played nearly 100 minutes tonight. Just nowhere to go for Wamasi. Directed with the head. A little bit of contact there inside the box. Force Lasso right on top of it. Crowd not appreciating. Right now, Mark Doyle trying to draw the penalty.
Problem is with Doyle, he has to get up as quickly as he can because the seconds are wasting away.
So I think as we near the 100-minute mark, safe to say, the Rowdies have a new rival in this league.
Yep, Rhode Island have come down here and simply pushed Rowdies around in the first half.
Yes.
Great response by the home team in the second. But I tell you what, Cano Smith has this team geared up, ready to go, intense. A lot of energy, put a lot of pressure on a very good home team in the Rowdies. And they have a lot to look forward to in this 2024 season, Rhode Island.
So excited that sports community is to finally have a soccer franchise. The USL Championship has done such a great job making sure that these franchises go to cities that genuinely want them, to grow them, get the community behind them, thirsting for the beautiful game. 100 minutes here in Tampa Bay. To possess there is Doyle. Forrest Lasso emphatically clapping, saying, come on, let's finish this off.
Look at the palm trees in the background, Joe. Look at that.
It's gorgeous, isn't
What
it?
a sight. Downtown St. Pete. Great place to come and enjoy yourself.
That's going to do it. Full time here in downtown St. Pete. Just shy of that 11-minute mark. Robbie Nielsen, his first 3 points as head coach of the Rowdies. 4-1 the final score. Tampa Bay comes back from a 1-0 deficit at the half, and they dominate. Jordan Doherty had a huge part in it. So 4-1 the final. We'll put a bow on this one. If you're watching on Tampa Bay's 44, thank you so much for doing it. We'll see you soon. If you're watching on ESPN Plus, much more to come. A full recap right after this. Stay tuned. It's a 4-1 final and the first 3 points of 2024 for the Tampa Bay Rowdies as they improve to 5 total points on the season. They do it over a very game Rhode Island club that sort of fell apart in half number 2. The home crowd and the Rowdies will overall the difference in that second half. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, hope you enjoyed the broadcast. It certainly had its moments. Rhode Island going on top first in this match, silencing the crowd, kind of setting the tone. Rowdies looked a bit out of sync in that first 45 and change, but they were able to settle down and overcome it to get a dominating win.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, both teams did a fantastic job without the ball, pressuring and making errors for the opposing team. And Blake Bodley on this left-hand side started to get into the game with Leo Fernandez and Aaron Guillen. And Bodley up and down the pitch on this left-hand side put pressure on Rhode Island.
So Rhode Island fighting, scrapping, not backing down here in enemy territory. Rowdies had some chances right there. Manuel Arteaga, that was the first goal for the Rowdies. That pulled them level at 1 apiece. And then from there, Tampa Bay just started to take control and boss this game.
Well, once the scores were tied, here's that ball over the top. This kick by Ibarra. What a finish by Jennings. 2-1 Rowdies. And boy, they were off to the stands. And here's Carl Jennings. Can do no wrong.
It's so exciting to watch. I have a feeling we're going to be enjoying him for an awfully long time here in Rowdies country. And then you saw the youngster get on the board. Damian Rivera, first season with the Rowdies. We should be seeing a lot more of that in 2024.
Exactly what he needed. Played some valuable minutes, but not pressured minutes. And he got his opportunity, and boy, did he take it.
Final stats tonight. Again, a dominant second half for Tampa Bay. Look at the shots just racking up. Possession time actually owned by Rhode Island. Offsides was a factor tonight. Tampa Bay, several chances. Cal Jennings off in the guilty party. Yellow cards as well. There was certainly some very physical moments, aggressive moments in this game. But again, the Rowdies, their ability in that second half to overcome the Leo Fernandez injury, come together and pull off a victory.
Thought Josh Perez came in and put in a fantastic shift in that second half. He picked up where Leo Fernandez left off. He controlled the midfield, high pressure situations. He got out of those situations and left space for everyone else. And he looked like a well-oiled machine when he came on in that second half.
Take a look at our upcoming schedule for the Rowdies. Now they have to go on the road for 2. So head to Pittsburgh, head all the way across the country to Sac Republic as well on April 11th. They'll come back here to Al-Lang on April 20th. They'll host El Paso. Also be at home on the 27th for New Mexico United. That's a 7:30 kickoff. And then back on the road to Memphis, coming back home here on May 11th as they take on Birmingham. This season, again, just getting started. We're just getting out of the first month of the season. Give us an early report card, Ryan.
Well, I tell you what, I just want to piggyback on what you said with the schedule. Going away to Pittsburgh, who have not had a point so far in this season. What a big game for Bob Lilly, Pittsburgh, and of course the Rowdies. But so far, the Rowdies are starting to become like a wheel, starting to pick up a little bit of steam as the minutes go by, and they get more and more acclimated to this new system by Coach Nielsen.
Hope you enjoyed it. Well played on both sides. In the end, the Tampa Bay Rowdies dominate the second half. They win 4-1. For our entire Rowdies crew, for Ryan Davis, and on behalf of the Tampa Bay Rowdies, I'm Drew Felios. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, on ESPN Plus and Tampa Bay's 44. We'll see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.